It's more of a shirt, not a jersey. That was the first thing. Second thing, I got paid today because I'm renting out my bedroom. Might sound weird, but yeah, I'm renting out my room. Hold on. What even is the highest auction house sale of all time? Wow, last 7 days happens to be a card that I have. Huh. So let's see. This is out for 7 days. This is out for 13 more hours. So I'm gonna go for those packs. So you can get LaMarcus, or no, you can get Galaxy Opal Kevin Durant. By the way, Pink Diamond Clay, Pink Diamond Russ again, Diamond LA. You see, I don't get it. So Clay he played with, Russell he played with. I don't get why this guy is in here when he never played with KD. At least as far as my knowledge goes. He played for OKC, so he clearly played with them, and same with Jeff Green. I'm just confused about LaMarcus Aldridge. That's the only thing that I'm confused about. Is where the hell they got the idea of, LaMarcus Aldridge. Let's see how much he's going for. 600K. I guess he would be since, it's a Galaxy Opal. I don't know who wouldn't sell a Galaxy Opal for a lot. So I'm going up against Opal LeBron. Screw Derek Jones, you shouldn't have a diamond. Alright guys, so real quick. The new pickup. Got paid today, got the PGs. You guys, if you watch this, you'll kind of get a later view, but up on my Instagram. If you know it, you know it. If you don't, you don't. Alright. Very comfortable shoe, though. I put them on a couple times. PG3s in the black and white color. Very nice shoe, easy to slip on. I definitely like how usually on the tongue there's a logo. Now usually I wouldn't like this, but I like how on the tongue you can see there it says P George instead of having the logo on the tongue. Now usually I would like that. I definitely like the older PGs because of that. And then as you can see on the back, it has his logo. On the bottom you might not be able to see it very well, but right there is his signature. Actually that's pretty good, you can see it. This is probably one of the few that doesn't have as many, really interesting Nike logos. But this texture right here is actually the same as the texture on the side of the Freak ones. Because I have both. I will be honest, though, part of the reason why I bought them was because I like them. They're a nice shoe. And also, because they were, a steal, alright? They were literally $100. $101.75 at Foot Locker, or not at Foot Locker, at Sport Check. At Foot Locker, they were full price. At Foot Locker, they're retail and they don't really do much of a discount. With these Sport Check though, they were doing $55 off on a discount thing. So it wasn't a discount thing. It was $55 off. So when I got them, the price before tax was $90 on the dot, and then afterwards, after all the taxes, it was just over $101. See, I drained my bank account for these. I mean, I did get money from my brother, but in my opinion, the nicest part about them is the box. The box that they come in is absolutely beautiful. If you... Hold on, I'll show you the box here, guys. This is one of my favorite shoebox of all time. Now, if you guys don't know, pretty much a lot of people buy shoes, and, if you don't get the box, that brings the value down. That's why a lot of, reselling stores will sell them, or, retail stores, if they don't have the box, and especially Winners and stuff, if they don't have the box, the shoe price goes down over $100. You can find Air Max 270s, which are retail 210, for $30 to $40. That's $170 decrease for shoes because no box. But this is the box. As you can see, it's probably the most decorated. It says Paul George, and I believe that's a 3. There's just kind of all these logos on the top, like a bunch of stuff like that. Pretty interesting. And this is the side. I'm size 10, but I'd recommend going a half size up on these just because they're better to go half size up. There's a lot of shoes that you go half size up. I usually rock a 9.5. I can wear 9.5. My freak ones are 9.5. These are 10.5 because these are slim foot. These are the same width as the freak ones. However, this is a more durable material and also a stronger material, so it actually doesn't stretch out as easily. This is just a single square, and then got the Nike logo, got a couple, like it kind of has a robot theme on it, and then of course the PG logo. If you don't know, that actually does say PG on it, like PG. So P, and then G. So I guess I'm literally just looking through my camera right now just to see the shoe box from your guys' angle. So yeah, I just posted this on Instagram. So yeah, I actually don't know what this last shoe that I posted on that account was. I think it might have been the Freak one, but I'm not 100% sure because I am a sneakerhead. I watch basketball. I'm not a huge player, but no, last shoes that I posted on here were the Kobe's. Then it was the Jordans, and then the first shoes that I posted on here were Freak ones. I'll be back in a second, though, guys. I literally just need to shut my door all the way. Alright, guys, tell me what you think of this Siakam shirt, though. Like, I don't know. You guys like it? I personally do. It's probably my favorite shirt in my collection of shirts. I don't have a very big shirt collection. Now, if you want to talk hats, I was actually considering spending a bunch of the money that I had today that I ended up spending on shoes. I was considering spending a majority of it on getting, like, I was gonna get a couple hats, like a hat or two from Lids, because that place sells like a lot of hats, and it's like they do a 3 for 2 foot or a headwear, so and the guy in there saw my hat because I was wearing my hold on a second. Yeah. Comfortable situation on my foot, but yeah, like the guy saw my hat and he was like, "Is that a Raptors hat?" And I said, "Yeah, I think so," not realizing what hat I was wearing because like the people at Lids, like the people at almost every store, are kind of like, I don't want to call them connoisseurs or whatever, but they're people who really like that item in question. So if you go to a shoe store, you're gonna find a bunch of sneakerheads. If you go to a hat store, you're gonna find a bunch of people who are like really deep into liking hats. They like pretty much any hat. Like they're kind of like the hat version of a sneakerhead, which I'm both. I really like shoes, probably the most, but I say I have a lot more hats than shoes because hats, I can go to Lids right now, buy three hats for $100 easy, or I could go to Foot Locker and get a single pair of shoes for the same price as three hats, maybe even four if the price is right. Now we're gonna make a game show and probably lose more money than we earn. Solely due to copyright issues, though. Ooh, ooh. I didn't think Cleveland LeBron was as good as, like, I get it, he was like, MVP candidate, and he was Finals MVP twice, or no, once in Cleveland, but like, I didn't think he was that. Derrick Jones is a dunker, and he won the game with a splash. Like, how the fuck do you do that when you suck at threes? Make his pockets hurt. Blah, 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 blah. If a bitch wants to hear it, I'm gonna bleed it. Blah, da, 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 da. So, guys, I also got a package at my dad's house. It was like, I got this, which if you don't know, it can be used in many different ways. You can use it as a headband. Mainly, I'm going on this trip in March break, and it's gonna be really cold, so I wear it around my neck, and then I bring it up here, and then, like, then, now if you don't notice, whenever I wear things like this, if it's a strong fabric, like this is kind of a looser fabric where you can breathe through it, like, my glasses get not very foggy from this, but they get foggy from anything else, so I'm gonna put it on my head just because. I don't know, I think it's pretty ugly. Makes me look like a crip. Never mind. Just gonna wear it on my neck and, like, nobody gets to see my face now. I'm kidding. It's definitely gonna be comfortable. I heard that there was a locker code released. Yeah, I used to be a very loud hater on these shoes. And now I own them, so I feel like I'm a hypocrite. Alright, so all-star thanks community. So we're gonna go into caps all. I feel like there should just be a button that automatically hits the dash. Like, whoops, I'm just curious on why they didn't just give every starter and, like, the most impressive bench players Like, I'm surprised they didn't just give those people moments cards. Like, all the starters, like, you know, better than their current card. Maybe not, like, LeBron, Kawhi, and whatever. Like, maybe just the same rarity. But, like, to players like Pascal, give him, like, an amethyst or a diamond. Oops, I hit Cam Unity. Alright, so I can get a flash pack or an all-star moment. Just give me the flash pack. Please give me an all-star flash pack. Bruh! I hate the all-star moments. Like, they don't give anything good. Like, yes, they have Kawhi and all that crap, but they aren't very good odds. Proof. Got Dwayne Dedman. You're dead to me. Didn't you just get traded back to the Hawks? I think they should, like, wait until everybody who was traded played 1 or 2 games before making the Series 2 so then all their players could get those. These were the Pippins, bro. Make it splash like Pippin. I'd back and go and grab a glass of water. trying to tell you, I'll shut off that light. Well, now you can, but... Alrighty, so... I'm back. Time to play some triple threat alone, because I don't have friends. Probably the hardest pink diamond to beat in the game. I swear if he hit that. He was that play. Alright guys, so I realized something, right? Almost every store, if there's like a charity thing that they're doing, they'll ask you, would you like to donate $1? Alright? So, you know, like, that's kind of like, okay, you know what, that's an extra dollar. Now, if you're paying a lot of money, $1 doesn't really matter, but if you're only getting like $3 and things, $1 is literally a quarter of your order at that point. Alright, but if you're getting something, and I feel like this is actually a common thing, they can make more money off of it, offering you to round it to the nearest dollar than, just adding a full-on dollar. because going to the nearest dollar means that they're spending less, and they'll be like, they're more inclined to be like, yeah, sure, because like if they're getting something and the last two digits are 60, then that means that rounding it to the nearest dollar is just 40 extra cents, which is like a quarter and a dime and a nickel. To Americans who don't know what that means, 25 cents, a 5-cent piece, and a 10-cent piece. But like the thing is that that a lot of people are like, why would they offer to do it to the nearest dollar? Because that's not going to do much over time. Well, the thing is that if you do it to 3 people, like, you're around 5 times more likely for somebody to say yes if you offer them to do it to the nearest dollar than to add an extra dollar. So when you think about that, if there's like an 80% chance that somebody's going to say yes to the nearest dollar, then at that point, it's more likely to happen if you offer them to donate to the nearest dollar. You're more likely to make more money off of that. And especially like for me, I did that today, and I like it was 101, like I think it was like 101.50, and I donated pretty much 50 cents. It will make a difference. I still got the shoes. At the end of the day, I still bought a pair. Put it back, boys. Put it back before you throw it back. Over time, the blocks pile up, Especially when it's 3 men doing as much as a whole team would have to face. I swear, in the 3-on-3s, it just goes to show who's more likely to win if 2 other randoms are added. Alright? Like, pretty much, I feel like they should do it kind of like that. So you get, your reward, you get the win if you win in the triple threat 3-on-3, right? But if you beat that team, they add another player that, does a little bit to the team. So it's a 4-on-3 now. You're always going to have one guy open. And if you win that, then you still get the win. But when you go to spin the wheel or whatever, or to try and open the vault, it's like increased odds and it's better stuff for the second win. And then once you get to the third win, because then it faces you in a 5v5. If you win that, then you get like really good follow stuff, like packed with guaranteed good players and like diamonds, even pink diamonds. It also increases the game difficulty until it reaches max. No cigar. These ones pile up over time, bro. That was guaranteed to be a Galaxy Opal, but I think that changed mine. Kobe's the second hardest one to acquire, or no, to beat. MJ is nearly hands down the hardest pink diamond to beat. It's from historic lineup. I love the historic lineups. I might actually just go and play that. Like, you know, get a couple more wins down or whatever. And then I'm probably going to play the historic lineups domination. Because that's really fun. Even though sometimes it will get annoying because sometimes you'll have teams that are like way above your skill. Like, you know, you'll randomly start facing the 99 Bulls, which I think is, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's also the year that Dennis Rodman, Michael Jordan, and Scottie Pippen played together with Steve Kerr. Westbrook shouldn't be able to shoot threes when his nickname is literally West Brick. I actually saw the Jordan Why Not 03s today. I might buy them as a future pickup. Like, they are nice, but I mean, they're hated for being bulky. And yes, whereas they are bulky, like the Why Not series is bulky, but not as bulky as people think. I feel like a lot of that is just, like, I don't even get the point. Like, why do people say it's a bulky shoe? It's like, I feel that what Westbrook did was with his shoe, a lot of the fact that it's bulky, or according to people it's bulky, is because Westbrook's a 6'3" pure slasher, like 2A playmaking slasher. But he mainly plays, like, if he is going for points, most likely he's going to go for a layup or a dunk. He's going to go for slashing plays. And the thing about that is that since he's only, 6'3", he isn't that tall compared to others. Like, KD, Kevin Love, all those players who are really tall and dunk a lot, in like power forwards and centers, they dunk a lot and they don't need a bulkier shoe because they are taller. They don't have as much distance, but since Westbrook is only 6'3", he has to jump quite a lot, and that landing can sometimes be painful. And so this is my theory on why the Why Not series has been such a bulky kind of series, and why even some Jordans in general are just bulky. And it's because the remainder of the shoe, where your foot isn't, is a lot of padding, especially since, and if you see people who wear them, yeah, some of them are just kind of like the average Joe, but, who like their nice shoes. But quite a few of them are people who can jump really high, however are short, like who can dunk, but are shorter. Like, that's why Chris Paul signed a deal with Jordan, I'm pretty sure. And it's partially because, he's short. You saw him dunk in the All-Star game. And that is really my theory on why, like, the Why Not series is bulky, is because it's a lot of it is due to the fact that, like, a lot of it is padding and, like, shock absorption. Because if it weren't for that, I feel like Westbrook would have had a mishap and probably injured himself with all that insane jumping that he's been doing. Now, not gonna lie, the dunk contest participants probably should have worn bulkier shoes too, because you never know. There's gonna be one of these days where a participant botches his first dunk and gets injured. And guess what? That player will also be wearing a not very bulky shoe. He'll be wearing a thin shoe. And that's pure comfort. And I get comfort has a lot to do with it too. But you're wearing a shoe that is bulkier, more shock absorption. And that's why I'm trying to tell people not to hate on, like, bulkier shoes. And if they say, hey, who wears these? It's a simple answer. People who like to jump. People who can jump really high and don't have to have a problem with it. So their tallest player is the same height as my shortest player. Like, these are all guards, and they all play point guard. Or can play. Like, the only player who can't play point guard, or who doesn't mainly play point guard on their team, is Harden. This is gonna be, like, you think they'd have the advantage being fast, but they don't. Like, you don't have an advantage being short in this game because my power forward and my small forward are both two of the fastest guard or cards at their position. I think Ben Simmons is a top 5 speed card in the game, and Giannis is like a top 5 forward speed card. So the only difference between this Ben Simmons and the Ben Simmons they get from the Flashback Series 1 is that Ben Simmons from Series 1 Flashbacks, I'm just going to call him Series 1, can play point guard. This one can't. He can only play small and power forward. Oh shit, I could have blocked that too. Trae Young can hardly dunk, rather block a dunk. Thing is that once one of them posts me up, they really are going to regret it, because, you know, posting up a big is like Muggsy posting up Shaq. It's not going to work. Well, actually, it's more like, you know, let's not say that. It's more like, you know, because they're all 6 foot, it's like Chris Paul trying to post up, you know. I'm just trying to think. Chris Paul trying to post up LeBron. It's not gonna work. Alright. Come on. The only thing about them is that they are a good perimeter defending team. So I just need to drive the basket. No. All but Harden. Harden has J.R. Smith defense, alright? You don't know what that is. If you look up the clip of him high-fiving you on the sideline during play, you'll know what I mean. It's definitely one of the reasons why the Rockets have a poor defense. Like, no, it's definitely one of the, like, Harden is one of the worst defenders. Oh my god, you just got postered to lose the game. I lost the game. Make his pocket hurt. Oh, I can feel that. Hell yeah, finally. So no one good. Mahmoud Abdul Rao. Amazing. Just amazing. Amazing. Grace. This is the 01 Lakers. Okay. So they have Shaq and Kobe. They actually have a better center than me. However, this is the 91 Lakers with, well, I guess they're just going to give us the Clippers here, Lakers here, Suns, Warriors. Alright, we're just going to go with the Clippers stuff. DeAndre, nobody likes you. That's freaking me a 3 game, even though I should probably give everybody a 5 game. I'm stupid. Alright, let's go. Nothing else, really. Go pay or pat. I'm on a from my team. And pretty sure I'll suck your teeth. I'm an idiot. Yeah, I only have one friend that I usually invite. Wow, somehow Vladdy Divac won a jump ball against Rudy Gobert. Probably should change the matchup so Magic was guarding like Ben Simmons or vice versa in this case. Because I realized that the reason why this team is probably so good is because there's, their point guard is 6'9". Like, oh, that's a big mismatch. Yeah, see, Magic going up against Gobert, not bad. Steve Nash going up against Vladdy Divac, that's bad. Even though he might be a gold. It's surprising how he went from a lowlife known for getting traded for Kobe. Like, that's his only career achievement, was getting traded for Kobe. Or that's his most well-known thing. But then he turned into, like, a Kings legend. Like, that could be a great ESPN story. From, he was traded for one of the greatest players of all time, but now he's a Kings legend. Get fucking poster. I feel like MJ could guard Magic. They both played on the Dream Team. Like, yes, Magic. I think Magic was drafted 4 years before Jordan, so I think he's like 61. I know that Jordan's 57 though, because his birthday just happened recently. Okay, I realized something about the Raptors today, alright? So, out of all of our main players, of all of our players on our lineup, on our official roster, there's only one player that was drafted before the 20th pick in the draft. Therefore, only one of our players was not a late first round, meaning that our entire team last year won the title because I think this guy came in during free agency, or he was traded here over the off season. But Back at last season, our team won a championship with only 2 players that were drafted in the lottery. Okay. Wait, what? Oh. But that's insane to know that, like, one of our current roster, like, we're racking up a 2nd seed in the East right now. And we only have 1 player that was drafted before the later ends of the 1st round. And that player, I think, is a 2-way. Hold on. I'm just gonna turn up the game volume. I'll play. Because it's really hard to hear. It still is, but you know. It's like people be saying that, by people, by the way, I mean it's like reaction. Luka is unathletic, but there is a strong amount of players that in their career couldn't even touch the rim. Right? And they still play in the NBA. Okay. Isaiah Thomas during his prime, I'm pretty sure he could dunk, he just never did because he just, you know, that was kind of a thing that he didn't want to be into. Now, of course, like, there's a lot of players, but like the biggest 2 names that weren't that good at dunking, or that just couldn't, were both currently have retired jerseys. And both, I believe, one is in the Hall of Fame already, and then the other one isn't quite. Okay. One MVP. Another one, a Finals MVP. You probably know who I'm talking about now. 2 of the biggest names for unathletic players are Steve Nash and Paul Pierce. Note that Paul Pierce was considered unathletic. He couldn't dunk, or he could dunk, but for his height, he was considered unathletic. He could not standing dunk. He, I believe, needed a large running start to dunk. But I don't think Steve Nash could even dunk. I'm honestly still contemplating if he could touch the rim. Because during his career, he was not the worst, but not the best. Like, he was definitely one of those players in which, if he didn't have one of his MVPs and went to Kobe, then the landscape of the NBA would be totally changed right now with one man by the name of Chris Paul having probably an MVP. Okay. In 2008, Chris Paul, I believe, was the MVP frontrunner for a long time. Okay. Mm. However, he was traded mid-season. I believe he was traded at the deadline, and that screwed him up. And people believe that Kobe would not have an MVP if it weren't for Chris Paul getting traded. People say that Chris Paul should have been the 2008 MVP. I was only 3 at that time, so I don't know. I could watch some clips, but yeah. I think that Steve Nash is also So I know he's a 2-time MVP, but I'm pretty sure he's second in career assists, and I'm pretty sure steals too. You Steve Nash is that he won a lot of these MVPs. Like he won 2 MVPs, alright? And listen, both of them are argued to be stolen from Kobe. The thing about it is that also, I think a lot of it was because of his assists and his playmaking. Now, if you didn't know, John Stockton never won MVP. He was also the best passer and stealer of all time. With over 15,000 career assists and around 7,000. I don't know how many steals, but it's deep in the thousands. Okay, John Stockton never won an MVP, and Ben Simmons just hit a 3. I don't even know if Steve Nash is supposed to be a scorer. I'm assuming that he's supposed to just be like a pure playmaker, but like everybody can score in this game, so now, yes, Steve Nash is probably the best passer, or one of the best passers, and John Stockton is one of the best passers, but the flashiest passer all time was Magic Johnson. He was the inventor, arguably, of the no-look pass. The fact that he's been an all-star so many times is surprising. I think they left Giannis open and like knew what to do was surprising. I hate the fact how the game or how the league nowadays has just changed the whole look of the NBA, like position wise. You know? Yes, and people do still have like their position center and stuff. When it comes to making, you know, all-star teams and stuff, and especially the All NBA teams, that's probably the biggest one. In the past, when it was like the Shaq and like Hakeem stuff like that, those eras were all kind of like All NBA first team and second team and third team and defensive first team, defensive second team. There would have to be two guards, two forwards, and one center. Alright? But now, it's just two guards and three forwards. So the center is just called a forward on teams like that. Right? Like, you know? Boys getting dressed. So it looks to be Luka, Zion, and Joakim Noah. And I know that Luka's coming in for MJ, so I just need to score one last point with him. I swear, this is literally the dream team versus the other people. It's sad how my players have been sitting there ready to play for like a while. Like, thank you. Alright, so I want to sit on my bed all night and play Fortnite. Actually, I do want to play Fortnite. Actually, I have a list of shoes that I see. Alright, I have two lists. I have one that pretty much is all the shoes that I would never buy because they're ugly as hell. And the only people who actually buy them are people who only like them because they think that they're hypebeast shoes because they're hyped up, and since they're kind of name brand area. Alright? Now, a lot of them are Nike. Alright? Because I personally don't own any of these. So this would be kind of like a 5 things ish. Just trying to think of like, you know. Alright, so I'm gonna go with Fila's. Alright? In my opinion, Fila shoes are ugly. Alright? If I see somebody wearing a pair of Fila's, I can tell they probably just saw the white and they were just so blinded to see how ugly they were. Alright? Now, you know, like, we have Fila's, we have, next is, I don't really have much to say about it. Just can't think of it. There's like, you know, I know the top 3, but I'd definitely say that number 4 is like a hype beast. And well, I mean, everything is gonna be hype beast. I would say, like, you know, the Yeezy, I think they're 500s. Hold on, let me just confirm. Yeah, the 500s. They're ugly. Like, you know, a lot of these are nice. The 350s, you know, I think the 700s, like most of these, the only ugly Yeezy, I don't see people wearing these because, I mean, they're expensive as hell and they're ugly. The Yeezy 500s, I see like some NBA players who are signed with Adidas wearing them. They're doing that because of the brand deal. If I see any hype beast wearing them, or if I see anybody wearing them, I will know that either A, they probably are fakes. They just saw like, oh, $10 shoes at Giant Tiger. Might as well just get a new pair of shoes, right? Because mine are dirty. Or mine are like broken. That is the assumed backstory if they are kind of like, you know, if they aren't a kid who seems to be a hype beast. Now, if they're anything else. They are a pure hype beast. Alright, they probably own a lot of fake Supreme, Gucci, Louis Vuitton, and probably also, like, a lot of fake Off-White. Like, they're a hype beast and they only buy them for the hype. Alright, now at number 3, the reason I'm putting this at number 3 is just because they're ugly as hell. But they're probably, in my opinion, the least ugly of the top 3. And the ones that are only ugly in the specific colorway. Like, the 2 other colorways, they are absolute, like, or no, other colorways, specifically custom, like, anything but this style or this primary color in the colorway is going to be a beauty. Alright, and this shoe is going to be Air Force Ones in all white. I see so many people in my school wearing all white Air Force Ones, and you know how ugly they are. They're ugly as hell. That person is a hype beast. They're ugly. Or no, they're very ugly. I would definitely wear Air Force Ones. They kind of have like a Jordan-esque style. But in all white, I will never get another pair of shoes in all white, since this one pair that I got in like grade 7 that got wrecked in grade 7. Alright, and it's like, all white Air Force Ones, why get them when a week later they are going to look like they are just dog crap? I'm just shooting this and I get the last ball. But you know, like, why are you gonna get these if they're gonna be dirty in less than a week? Like, that's my issue with all white Air Forces. I mean, the all black aren't very good. They just have a bad reputation, but they're not a bad Air Force. But the custom colorways, like anything but white and black primary, is a nice Air Force One. Alright, now the next one. These last 2 are hard for me because I can't pick which one is worse. I would say though that I have, like, one is slightly worse, like slightly, as in on the scale of 1 to major, there's like a 1%. Alright, they are slightly uglier than number 1, but number 2, I never thought I'd be putting this because my friend bought them and I had to act like they were nice for like a week, and now I don't talk to that friend much anymore. And this shoe is the Air Max 90. I swear, if you own this shoe, you are a hype beast. And you're probably also a virgin and single for the rest of your life. Well, depends. But either way, that isn't the point that I'm trying to get at. It doesn't really matter if you're a virgin or not. They are ugly. And if you wear them, that just goes and proves that you have little to no dignity left. And that you probably get made fun of a lot. Alright? They're ugly, they are awful looking, they're hideous. I'm sorry, man, but I have the better version. And yeah, like, that's really not much more I can say about them besides how like, god awful they are. Like, they are a god awful shoe. And just whenever I see somebody wearing them, I just can't think of the fact that they'd probably spent upwards of $180 on shoes that the only people that like them, even people with no standards or with little standards, probably will think they look ugly. Alright, they are probably the worst shoe I've ever seen. I know my friend has them, but I don't talk to anyone much, and the Air Max 90s are horrible. If you own a pair, please just go and throw them in a dumpster the first chance you can. And the last one, the ugliest hypebeast shoe, this is all my opinion, is the Air Max 97s, guys. I only see Kais Omar wearing these. I don't even think he really has Air Max 90s. He has a pair of Air Max 90s or two and a couple pairs of 97s, but I've never seen him wear them out in public. They're ugly as hell, and I don't know who the hell likes them. The designer for them took a basic silhouette and was like, alright, put air pockets at the bottom. You know? Or put one kind of wrap around air pocket. Not bad. Not a bad idea at all. I would definitely do the same if I had that opportunity. Drumming on the Pistons. Guess who was on the Pistons right now? Andre Drummond. But, like, what the fuck? If you wear these, you're probably like that kid who either gets made fun of a lot, or boys, or just that kid who, you know, thinks he's cool at the mall because, wait, since when did we get Kenny Atkinson? Alright. You're that kid who thinks he's cool at the mall and wherever, but really isn't. Like, you don't look cool wearing these, especially since a lot of the colorways on these are not that nice. Like, if you get an all black pair, that'll probably be the nicest pair you can ever find, because you can't see the design. Alright? You can't see the design. Or at least you can't see it easily. So it won't be that hard to get not made fun of. Like, it won't be that easy to get made fun of, since nobody can really tell unless they see it. Going against Ricky Tricky. I'm just gonna simulate this game. Let's just hope that we win. We did, baby. Let's get it. I'm probably gonna go to bed soon, guys. I'm gonna spin my daily wheel, get my daily spin done. I'm probably going to go straight to bed, or I'm gonna lie down. Do what I like to call my nightly routine, which is realistically just watch YouTube for like 5 hours. Go to bed at like 3 a.m. Wake up at like noon, because that's a substantial time for a healthy child like me. But like, bruh, the Yeezy 500s, $312 on StockX. Like, I'm seeing them go for $361 on StockX. These are the Stone Men's. Like, who the hell wears these? Like, $595 for the solid gray on StockX. Like, at least the 350 V2s look half decent. But the 500s, I swear, between making the 350s and the 500s, Kanye lost all standards. I feel like he is that type of guy, though, to wear, like, because he is an Adidas guy. I feel like he's that guy who, like, he has gone on stage wearing Ultra Boost, so he's probably just, like, a big Boost fan. I know why. Like, I've seen people who wear Boost. I've tried Boost. Boost is an extremely comfortable type of shoe. Like, when I say extremely, I mean extremely comfortable on Adidas Boost. Now, they did release Ultra Boost, which is like a sequel to it. I was contemplating buying Ultra Boost. Adidas Boost and Ultra Boost, like, Ultra Boost looks nice. Now, Adidas Boost is in a lot of Adidas shoes. It's kind of like a little part of the bottom. Ultra Boost is in one Adidas item. I was right about Team LeBron. Let's go. You literally, pretty much anybody who bid on Team Giannis, you get. So if 1,000,000 people bid on Team Giannis, and you bid 1,000 coins, then you get like 1,000,000 VC, and those people lost a bunch of VC. Timberwolves or Celtics? I think the Celtics are good. Thunder and Nuggets? I'm confident in the Thunder. Oof, the Lakers at Grizzlies. The Grizzlies at Lakers. Jazz and Spurs. I'm picking Jazz, sorry. On Trailblazers at Pelicans. I'm gonna go, or Pelicans at Trailblazers. Kings at Clippers, easy. Nuts at Hornets. Mavs at Atlanta. I'm not too confident on anything. Don't get too confident. So yeah, guys, I'm gonna end this stream off here. I am, for some reason, extremely tired. Like 10 p.m. Canadian time. It is 10:30. I usually go to bed like 1, but I am tired for some reason. So, fuck. Well, I just messed something up. But see you guys later. Peace.